And now, time for weekly show with a passionate India lover, chairman of ITV Gold and Parikh Worldwide Media. Get ready for loving sharing from physician, philanthropist, publisher, and India advocate in this week.
Namaskar. Once again, I have with me Padma Shri recipient Dr. Sudhir Parikh, and this is our weekly show this week with Dr. Sudhir Parikh, right here on ITV Gold. Namaskar, Dr. Parikh.
Namaskar everyone.
So, Dr. Parikh, let's start with this Israel's brutal, campaign of airstrikes in Lebanon and assassinations across the Middle East in recent weeks and killing of Hezbollah, leadership, which has escalated the war in Gaza. So, what do you think? What's next?
I think it's not good idea what Israel did. I mean, their defense is that they are doing it to protect the survival of the Israel. But today, I don't know, you heard this news, you haven't heard. There are 200, supersonic missiles Iran has fired in Israel, and it all landed in Israel. Half of them are intercepted, but half is landed really.
Wow.
And they are not saying how much damage is done in the Israel. So there might be a lot of damage there right now because it went on 200 missiles, supersonic missiles they fired to Israel, in the Israel.
Wow.
So, I mean, this is kind of going out of hand. And Iran also warned that if Israel continue aggression towards Lebanon, there might be more repercussion. So I think this is not good idea in my opinion. This has to be stopped and do some ceasefire, and all the cool heads has to be. I mean, all the all the authorities should be sit down and talk and figure it out the peace. Otherwise, it goes out of hand, and that area is so vital to economy of the whole world because of the oil there in that area, right? And so I think and the whole transportation also going through the that area from the Red Sea. So I think this has to be somehow controlled and
But do we see Iran and other Muslim countries officially joining this war now?
He's already joined today. Today is happened. Because 200 supersonic missiles is real war.
So do you think US should change its tactics, or do we get engulfed in this long ugly war?
No, you should not get engulfed in any war is bad war. So one should not get engulfed because a lot of innocent people will die, both sides. Today also, I think I heard they have not confirmed it, but there is some casualties in Israel itself. So and the same thing, there is a casualty in the Lebanon, right? Since last 10 days. So and there is thousands of people died in Gaza. So there is no end to this thing, and so it has to be stopped and figure it out the diplomatic way of resolving the problem. Otherwise, it's a tit for tat, and that has no. There is no another, and war can get uglier,
But it looks like this has caused a turn around for Netanyahu's political fortunes globally. I would say locally, not in fact globally. But does that impact his motivations to end the conflict?
Well, I think it should. But if it is or if not, then USA has to force him to. That's what Biden was saying. President Biden was saying that they know and they don't like this thing, and they already warned Israel to not to go too aggressive in Lebanon. But before that, today's incidents completely changed the whole equation there. So I think they have to stop. Single person's political ambition or not has no meaning to it, and they have to figure it out. Of course, they have to protect the Israel. Israel has right to protect themselves. Israel has right to survive, but at the same time has to be done without killing so many people and destruction of so much destruction.
So, okay, moving on from that war, let's move on to here. Well, do you have like any commentary on our local US presidential elections?
I think probably tonight, I think there's a vice
Debate.
president debate is there.
Yes.
And I'm sure in that debate, this issue of today's Iran's attack on Israel will be a main issue probably. And I think our election is quite very, it's a neck to neck, and probably it's a 50-50 on the both side, either side, I mean. So let's see what happens. And there are people who are supporting Harris all the way aggressively, and there are people supporting Trump all the way. So we'll see. It all depends upon those five, 6 states which they have to win in order to win the numbers. So right now, I think Trump has little edge over the Harris.
That's what I was going to ask you. Who do you think has
I
the
think
edge?
he has little in electoral count. I think Trump has 282 or something, and Harris has little less than 270. But it can change because still another 5 weeks to go.
So let's move from here now to India, and state elections are in progress there, and all party rhetoric is at its peak. So any predictions for J&K, Haryana, or any upcoming Maharashtra predictions?
Yeah, well, there are four state undergoing elections right now. Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana is going in election, and Jharkhand is going in election, right? So out of 3, I think if you believe in the expert, they predict, or if you believe in psephologists, they believe that Haryana and JMK probably it's very steep challenge for BJP, and hopefully BJP wins because they are controlling these 2 states now. I mean, at least Haryana there is a BJP government, and Jammu and Kashmir there is a what you call governor's rule. So hopefully they should win, and people will vote for BJP because BJP has done so much for Kashmir in last 2 years. They have controlled all this terrorism and all those things. So hopefully BJP should win, but the reports are coming on the other side is different. So let's see. We hope for BJP to win both the Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir. Probably Jammu and Kashmir BJP can win and make a government, but Haryana is difficult because in Haryana all the Kisans are unhappy, all those Pelwans are unhappy, Agniveers are unhappy. So there is a lot of things, and the last chief minister was kind of not very popular, and therefore we don't know what will be the result. But it's a very tough fight.
So, would you kindly elaborate how important is winning of these elections for BJP or even Congress, and what impact can it have on the coalition government?
I think if BJP wins, I mean coalition will be stronger. But if BJP loses, then coalition can be in question mark, because then people in the politics, they all looking for their power. And then they can figure it out that they have to have a different equation there, So we don't know. So hopefully that's why, for the sake of the country, if BJP wins in Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir and Jharkhand, it's good.
Right.
Maharashtra doesn't look good for BJP. So let's see what happens.
All right. So, let's move on to this Enforcement Directorate. They have booked a corruption case against the Congress leader and Karnataka Chief Minister. And do you think it's like a vendetta, or it's just, a political corruption case?
Well, we don't know, because if FIA has launched, right? So investigation has to be done, and whole legal process has to go through now. And till then, obviously, if somebody is looking at kind of guilty, but we cannot say that in democracy. Democracy is everybody is innocent till proven otherwise. So we'll see. Let judicial system take care of whole process, and hopefully those who are guilty should be punished.
Absolutely. So let's move on to health, which is, I think, my favorite section. Cannabis may soon be rescheduled as a less dangerous drug. and it's becoming more and more acceptable in US, society and even streets. So what do you think, what is its impact on our social fabric?
I personally don't like cannabis, and I mean, we have, because being a doctor, we are seeing in medical practices that a person who uses this kind of a drug for recreation, their mental capacity or mental thinking or mental comprehension, they all alter. It changes. And they have their ability to decide right or wrong also changes when they are under the influence of the drug. And also it's very dangerous to society, because that can increase auto accident, that can increase other violent crimes and so forth. So I think it's not smart thing to use this kind of drug in a normal recreation purpose. It is only good for in terminally ill patients, cancer patients, those who are in the severe pain because of their cancer or their disease. One should use for that, and that is what I personally and most of the doctor believes that way.
All right, so that was all wonderful, but let's now go to our rapid fire round. And first of all, I want to wish, ex-President Jimmy Carter, he turned 100 today. So wishing him a happy 100.
Yes, I would like to wish our former President Jimmy Carter happy birthday. He was a great president. He was very honest president. He was really more of, he was kind of not a politician, and he kind of always take care of country first and thought about country, what is good for country. And that's why in politics sometimes good people does not last too long, and that's what happens.
Yes. So moving on to our first rapid fire question. My first question is from Ravi to you. Ravi wants to know that who is going to win the VP debate tonight?
I think probably in VP debate, probably it will be kind of again toss-up thing. But I think both are good orator. I think probably J.D. Vance has kind of better orator, and he looks more young, aggressive, and probably he has more ammunition to discuss this evening, depending upon questions, right?
All right. My second question is from Rekha. Rekha wants to ask you, which party has edge in Haryana state polls? Is it BJP or Congress?
I think right now, if you listen to the polls and if you listen to the sociologists and surveys, I think Congress has edge over the BJP.
All right. Third question is from Krishna. Krishna wants to know, we had record voter fury in J&K. Will BJP form the government in Jammu and Kashmir?
Well, again, it's kind of difficult to predict. I personally think that BJP should win and form the government, because BJP has removed the 370 thing, and BJP gave them merge Kashmir into the part of the India, and given a lot of development in last 2-3 years. So hopefully people of the Jammu and Kashmir should vote for BJP.
All right. Next question is from Rajan. Rajan wants to know, is it okay for Rahul and Congress to keep attacking, top business folks like Adani and Ambani?
Well, it all depends upon if it is fact check has to be done, and if fact checks says that what they are saying is a fact, then up to them as a politicians to use any information to be used against each other,
All right. And my last question, I'm sure this is not a rapid fire question, but it's a regular question. Since the flu season is here, and of course the fall is here, any tips?
Yes, I think everyone should get flu shot. Those who are even young adults or senior citizens. And now this is the time, October is the time to take the flu shot, because once you take a shot, it takes 6 weeks to develop the immunity. And usually flu season comes in January, February. So that's the right. This is the right time. So
To get the flu shot?
Flu shot before October. I mean, nowadays pharmacy gives flu shot around the year. That is not good idea, because if you take flu shot, say 2 months ago, that flu shot disappears. I mean, effect will disappear before flu season comes.
Okay, so this October is the time
October,
when
November is the right
yes,
time.
when they should be taking, especially the older people, you know.
Anybody.
Oh, all right.
Because otherwise, the effect doesn't last that long.
Okay. And so before you give out this week's message, I want to remind our viewers that you can follow Dr. Sudhir Parikh on Facebook at Dr. Parikh, and you can also follow him on Twitter. The handle is SUDPARIKH. Please go ahead.
Well, dear friends, we had an excellent reception and welcome event for Prime Minister Modi on September 22nd. It was very much appreciated. 15,000 plus Indian Americans attended, and they came to hear our Prime Minister's vision, his leadership, and his what he did in last 10 years and what he's planning to do next 10 years. And it was a great program, and kudos to all the organizers, because they put together this thing within less than 6 weeks' time. So we must congratulate organizer too. And this is now month of October. Now the Navratra and Diwali is coming, so get ready to celebrate Indian holidays and our culture of India with all your friends and family. Thank you.